Hi Scorpio, welcome to your March 2018 tarot reading with me, Anushka. How are you guys feeling? We're starting this month just like with a full moon straight away. Quite a powerful one as well, and I feel like for a lot of people there's just been so much disappointment connected to this, but yet at the same time there's been like opportunity for like real growth and real movement forward, but it's like triggered by some feeling of disappointment. Nearly everybody I've read so far, like they started off the month with like some feeling of like, you know, like this is not what I hoped for, this is not what I thought. So let's see how you are doing, my Scorpios. Scorpio Sun, Moon and Rising, March 2018. Scorpio Sun, Moon and Rising, March 2018. And don't forget, guys, to check out your moon signs and your rising signs, because, you know, some people really connect with their moon sign more so than anything else. Okay. Okay. Oh geez, did I just knock the thing? Okay, so we've got these guys that just come out. Okay, okay. Yeah, don't forget that, yeah, like for instance, in my chart, my moon is really, really prominent, and I really connect with my moon sign, you know? Okay, let's do this, Scorpio. Right, so this is how you're coming into the month. Ooh, nice, Queen of Cups. And this is your environment. Okay, and this is the people around you. Okay, and this is your advice card. And this is how we're ending the month. Okay, okay, all right. Gosh, everyone's having a bit of a strange time this month. It was so weird. Right, so let's have a look, Scorpio. Scorpio, you're walking away from something this month. You are walking away from something this month, or somebody is walking away from you, okay? Because you're coming in upright. You're coming in a powerful way. You're coming in saying, like, I'm centered. I am owning my water, my compassion, my intuition, my depths. But there's something that, and because of this, you know, you're coming in your strength, but because of this, you're saying, now I'm in this place of strength. I know what I want and I know what I don't want. And I'm walking away from something. I'm leaving something behind. For some of you, this could be a job situation that you're stepping away from, okay, and that you're stepping out of, that is just not working for you anymore. It could even mean moving home. My only advice to you, if it's either of those two, is make sure that the next thing that you're walking into is, make sure that you've done your research, okay? Don't just skip on to the next thing without really thoroughly investigating what it's about, whether it's buying the next home, whether it's moving on to the next job. Do your research. Mercury will be going retrograde this month, so I want you to, if you're walking away from a situation, if you're walking away from a job, if you're walking away from a place that you live, make sure that, you know, the next place you're going to move to, just check everything, you know, check the radiators, check the I don't know, I'm not, you can tell I'm not very big on construction, but check the plumbing, check all of that kind of stuff. Make sure what you're walking into is right, you know, whether it's the job, make sure, like, check, like, you know, speak to the other employees there, you know, how do they get treated, and how the ones that have been there for years, how do they feel about their job, how do they feel about their work environment. I just want to make sure, because something has got you feeling strong enough that you're walking away from it, which is great. It's great when you know what, I'm worth more than this, I deserve more, or this doesn't work for me anymore. That's great, it's a strong place to be. But I just want you to check that you've got all the information at hand, okay? Do your research, Scorpio, whatever it is. Now, for some of you, this could see you walking away from a relationship. I see some of you leaving a relationship, and it could even be cutting off a friendship. It doesn't have to be a relationship, you know? It could be cutting off a friendship that is just, it's just not what you want anymore. You've emotionally outgrown it. That's the sense I'm getting. You've emotionally outgrown it, and now you're saying, okay, well, now I'm leaving. I'm off to see, you know, I'm willing to take the journey on my own and to see what else is out there for me. I would rather be on my own than be with somebody or giving to a relationship, investing in a relationship, which is really going nowhere. My only thing is, Scorpio, I feel like you're going to be doubting yourself, right? Okay, this is saying to me there's a feeling of self-doubt. Okay, so it's almost like you start off and you're feeling strong and you're like, yeah, this is the decision I made, this is what I want, this is what's right for me. And then you do it, and then you question yourself. You start questioning yourself. You start going, oh, actually, was that the right idea? I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be alone my whole life. I don't want to be lonely. I don't want to have no friends or whatever. And you start to doubt yourself. This is what I would guard against if I were you, Scorpio, this month. That full moon at the beginning of the month, you know, it was playing off Neptune. Neptune can bring in, like, we're in Pisces season, you know, so these don't surprise me. This doesn't surprise me at all, because this is like self-doubt. This is like feeling a little bit paranoid, feeling insecure. Make your decision, Scorpio, because you came in strong. Make your decision and stick with it, okay? And okay, it's not always easy to know how things are going to play out. Our role in life is not to know how things are going to play out, but to be on board with our desires and to be aligned with our desires so that it can play out in the best way possible for us, because we can't control the how all the time. And I feel like some of you are going to make this decision and there's going to be a lot of there's going to be a lot of doubt around there, you know. It's going to be a lot of questioning, or was this the right thing to do? But you know in yourself, Scorpio, if you weren't feeling good about it, if you weren't being emotionally satisfied, you know that's no good for you. So you know you made the right decision. So why are you questioning yourself? I think it's because you're afraid of being left out in the cold. You're afraid of being on your own. You're afraid of not. I think it's almost like, which is strange because Scorpios, you're so brave and you're so bold. But at the same time, I know some of you can suffer with like issues to do with like, you know, unhealthy relationship dynamics. So it's almost like, I know I've done the right thing, and you do it, and then after the fact you go, holy shit, I can't believe I've just done that. Am I going to be on my own for the rest of my life? Am I going to get that, you know, a job as good as that again, or even better than that? And I think like you're worrying, and you're worrying kind of needlessly. I want you to have the strength of your convictions this month, okay? I really do. Because the page in reverse, the Page of Cups in reverse, is kind of telling me the same thing. It's kind of like saying, I had this idea, you know, I had this inspiration to do something, and it's like, you did it, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, maybe I should go back on it, you know? And I don't want you doing that. You don't need to go back on it. More than anything, Scorpio, the best way to channel any energy of like self-doubt is to go with that Jupiter. Jupiter's retrograde. He'll be going retrograde in your sign, right? In your first house. So rather than using this kind of energy to examine so thoroughly, let me start again. Rather than using this intense energy to like self-criticize, use it to examine yourself. There's a very big difference. Use it to look over, okay, what are my values? Who have I become? How have I grown? Like, you're stepping away from something because it's clouding up your atmosphere, and you don't need that kind of garbage around you, right? So now that you've stepped away from it, use that time to reevaluate yourself, but in a non-self critical way, in a don't be so harsh with yourself. You know, you did the right thing in walking away from whatever it was. But now is the time to examine yourself and take this time, the space you've given yourself by doing this, take that space to understand yourself more and know how far you've come, because this is kind of what Jupiter in your sign is asking you to do. It's asking you to go deep and to have a real deep understanding of what your values are, what your needs are, what success means to you personally and in relationships, okay? So like I said, you know, some of you are going to be leaving something. Some of you, somebody may well be leaving you. Okay, and this may cause you a lot of feelings of like regret and like not knowing really how to move on, feeling like it wasn't fair, it wasn't right, I don't know how to begin again, and just feeling quite victimized, which you don't need to feel. But listen, I say this sometimes, we have to go through the process. We have to go through the process. If someone does leave you this month, or next month even, and it's someone you really care about, know that this is an opportunity for Scorpio to spend some time self-partnering and having a relationship with themselves again, okay? So know that if that does happen, it's just because the universe is saying, okay, it's time for you to develop a deeper relationship with yourself. And this is what I want for you, okay? I'm sorry that this isn't like the most amazing thing in the world, like, most like positive reading in the world. But the thing is, Scorpio, we have to go through these things. I'm just concerned that you're going to get so caught up in like self-doubt or hanging on to something that is gone already, or someone who's gone already, and questioning yourself, questioning your value. I don't want you to get lost in that, okay? I don't want you to get lost in that. I want you to take some time this month to, like I said, re-partner, get to know you again, get to know, especially if this is a relationship breakup, we always need time to date ourselves again, and that's what I want you to do, okay, Scorpio? That's kind of the most important thing, I think, this month. And yeah, that's really what I'm feeling here. Try not to get caught up in any victimhood, any like victim mentalities, or feeling like whatever happened was unfair. Because what we don't understand a lot of the time in life, we set things into motion. And by the time something manifests, or by the time an action is taken, the currents were already swimming that way anyway, So, like, I just don't want you to feel a victim this month. I want you to understand that whatever is playing out for your highest good, but you are being asked to self-partner and to self-examine and try and let go with grace this month. As much as you can. Try and let go with grace, okay? Okay, Scorpio. I hope that made sense. Please let me know like how that played out. That's like some of the readings I felt have been like a little bit like strange and vague, but I hope you got something from that. Okay guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll be back next month with more. Much love to all of you, and take care of yourselves, okay? I love you guys. Bye.